All right. And here we go again. So, already getting the setup ready here so that we can eventually, hopefully, uh, sculpt some blend shapes. And this is the path that we're going to trace right now. We're going to follow this, this challenge of sculpting the blend shapes. And, you know, there's a lot to do there, but I mean, it's just one step after the other. As usual, we're just trying to get the facial rig up and running with expressions, and it's just a very, very long process. In the beginning, I used to say that it was like like the saying goes, how do you actually eat an elephant, an entire elephant? So it's just like one bite at a time. There's no other way, right? But right now I'm starting to feel like this is a freaking damn whale. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna keep pushing and eventually we're gonna get there, I'm pretty sure. Here is Bob as usual. Bob, high five, bro. uh, uh, oh, damn. Okay, maybe next time. But thanks for spinning, as usual. And if you want to participate, man, you'll know, right? You can just leave a comment here on my left, and we'll be able to discuss, argue about our existence, about the consciousness and the reason why the universe was actually created, and also a little bit of rigging and whatever topic you want to talk about. So right into Python here. So this is what we have open today. And let me see if we are actually live on the streaming platforms. Yes, we're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, which is our main platforms at the moment. But yeah, glad to be here again, and let's do it. Okay, so where even were we? Let's get the list going here. Where's my list? So many tabs. This is a problem. Okay, so there we go. This is work stuff, and let's get back into our action stack here, and let's turn on the Zen mode. Boom. All right, so yesterday I was working on. Let me see. Gotta get started, get it back started because it's like certainly stuck right now with you know one day without moving it. I just leave it open. It's kind of a everyday thing. I do need to restart it more often actually. So shaders, kind of it's not ideal or it's not even it could be better for sure, but oh my god, the whole computer just stopped right now. Okay, we're back. Nice. So yeah, maybe the stream dropped. Oh no, are we live? Check that. So yeah, my computer just froze and I'm afraid we lost connection. There I am. Okay, so I'm just checking here on Facebook, and YouTube must be on as well. My computer is kind of suffering. Well, I guess I need to input a lot more memory on this thing. But anyways, we have the new. No, I just tweaked a little bit of the shaders and increased quite dramatically the amount of polygons on this mesh here, which is it's going to be great for us to sculpt or to keep the blend shapes going. And now it's all working, so we're able to um, get started. So first things first, I will check then what do I have here available for us in terms of blend shapes that comes with the package here. So what we have then is all of these guys here. So we can check by the name. And we have the neutral, which is nothing, obviously. Yeah, but now my computer's gonna suffer a little bit. Let's see if I can get some orange here. Okay, so let's start observing the blend shapes here. So uh, it's going to be painful a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, so for the eyes, we have eye closed, and I can see that we have some corrections that we need to make here. It doesn't feel like it's fully closed at all. That needs to be fixed. And oh, so we also have the next thing. Yeah, okay, so this is eyes closed tight, head model geo. Yeah, pretty interesting. Like the orbicularis or the orbicularis oculi is being activated, and we have open wide, which is good, but I feel like it is crushing through the skull underneath it. Is that if I have the skull in place, so either the skull is much deeper into the skin, or it's just not holding well the volume. We can see that the volume on the nose here is shifted. I mean, it's not terrible, right? And we got movement in a bunch of places. Interesting. So this is brows down. What's the music here, though? No way, we have no music. I'm hearing some music. Let's go on properties and go on with the PowerBits Pro. Now we got some music. But yeah, so let's keep going here. So this is all we have for the brows though. So it's like basically three usable shapes here. So this is eye tight, this is the eyes closed, but there's so much more that we actually need to get done here. So this is the brow down, and already it skips for the mouth unless we have more eyebrow shapes here. So yeah, this is mostly like the same thing as the eyebrow down, cheek pull. So it's good as I said, it's good as a reference, and now we have plenty of geometry to work and add more wrinkles if necessary. But yeah, like opening the jaws at the same time as it pushes to the side, it's kind of useless. It's almost like a reference. Not even the another thing is that the teeth are open by default, so I don't know what's that about. Like, why isn't it closed? Why does it have to be like half closed? It's going to be something we're gonna have to figure out as well. That might be because the mouth is not open, is not fully closed as well. So two things I can do to close this: either I'm gonna push the lips in, or could also just close the mouth like this. Let's see the effect that this is going to. Yeah, it's not terrible, to be honest. Maybe that's the best course of action here, because it's the simplest way. It's, I don't know the effect that this has on the entire thing, but at least it will close the teeth, which is important for us. it still opens it quite widely. I mean, yeah. Unless I know what it is, the problem. The problem is that the blend shape node is in front of the stack. So if I tweak this and push it before the skin cluster, or put the skin cluster first, or whatever works, then now it should work though. It doesn't seem to want to do it. Oh, the problem is then the teeth has to do the same thing. Yeah, so this is also something to consider when adding the, like when figuring what shape. Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out like the you see that the smile is even like better here. We can try to work the skinning of the lips and just to make it, when the teeth is closed, the smile gets a lot better. And I would bet that the entire thing looks better like this. The mouth is now closed. Yeah, the smile looks a lot better. Yeah, so it's kind of it's working. So what I was so before I had to add some values to the jaw here so that we can correct the open. It's the mouth is slightly open here by default, and that's kind of not what we want. You can see that it looks just completely different just by closing the mouth. I mean, it doesn't look natural that you're like you have your mouth half open. Like this kind of works for me. So this one here, I don't know if it looks better or not with the check. Yeah, it does look a little better without it. So some of the shapes I might be able to keep in the same way. This is a good example of the nose wrinkler. Yeah, so the F shape, now it's like the CH, which is actually the Booker. This is the E, this is the L. let's transfer the blend shape node before the skin cluster as well. That might help us. Actually, it didn't in this case. WW. I don't know why this shape is like this. Which is like so we have the movement of the mouth, but also we have like, yeah, this is the happy shape. Not too bad, to be honest. Good. Looking happy. Does look happy. So maybe it's a good reference for, as a happy shape, but we're gonna have to achieve it in sad. It does look sad here, and we can also use this shape for the chin area here, and we can add some more distortion. Surprise. Surprise. Nice. You know, if you're just getting here. All right, so yeah, I'm just checking the shapes and see what we're gonna be using and what not. This is sort of angry. I don't know if I agree. This doesn't look too angry for me. This pain, I don't know. This is the shapes preset. So this is sphere. This is more like yeah, say this is sphere. Hello Amash, welcome man. Bam, here he is, the man that had been here for so long. How's it going? Welcome, hope you're doing great. Yeah, so we're just doing pretty good, man. Checking here our blend shapes. I am going 100% into the blend shapes right now. I postponed this as much as I could, but now there's no other way. You gotta go through it. And yeah, but overall in life, pretty good. Just got out of holiday here in Vancouver. It was on Monday. I had no work besides the work that I wanted to do, so that's great. And now we're back in activity. How about you? Hope you had a great time on your weekend. All right, so let's start then by just focusing on the eye shapes here. So we have the eyes closed here. Obviously this target is kind of not good. Oh, you said so. I'm actually saying that he missed a few streams due because of the time zone mismatch. It's no problem, man. There will be plenty of streams for you to join and talk a little bit. There's still a long way to go here, so you know, I'm glad you are even showing up every once in a while. So thanks for stopping by. So this shapes here, they are connected into the other shapes. So this shape here, for example, is driving another shape on the top there. Let's see if we can observe this. But you can see that it's driving the same shape on all of the blend shape nodes and on the different meshes that we have. The issue here is that we have something like this eyes closed that is not really good. So we're gonna have to edit this. And also our, yeah, our eye water here is not really following that. So it's kind of a shame, but we don't have a way to take care of this right now. So yeah, let's let's go with let's go with faith and courage here, because I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. But also there's not a problem because it's all saved and the shapes are exported, so we don't need to be too careful with what we do. It's just a matter of rebuilding. I am going to save here a new file just in case. So this is going to be blend shape adjustments. This is going to be the blend shape adjustments, and probably a little heavy. Now I can start editing this guy and see if we can get this eyes closed. So for normal maps here, for each of these poses, we have in the package different, let me see if it's going to be possible. We have on the package different textures and different normal maps for each one of this. So we might be able to use that later. And this doesn't have too much of a symmetry, so I'm just going to drag this. I mean, let's see if it works, right? I'm trying to find the best way to do it. Oh, and I also have the issue with this eyelashes. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. Maybe we're going to have to just drag this with like another system later on. It's going to make it a little heavy, but I don't know if I can be thinking about this right now, how to not mess up the the blend shapes on these guys, because they're not going to be following 100%, and I cannot take them with me right now. So in terms of smoothness, maybe I will then use like a scope brush here or something to adjust this. Problem is mostly there, so oh no, Amash, thank you, man. God, sorry about that. You have to. It's enough to look at me in the corner. I do have to bring it down a little more, in my opinion. Yeah, let's bring down this entire line here. Just checking if I'm not destroying anything. Okay, so let's see how. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot more closed. But it does feel like this is not too natural. How does it look on myself? Let me see. Well, it's actually a bad thing that I cannot look at myself with my eyes closed, right? But what I can do is close my eyes and take a picture. Let's see. Hold on a second, sorry. Okay, so this is, let me see if we can check. I'm just check. So it's so it does look like it does close, actually closes all the way to the corner here. So EF1 here is participating with a beautiful laugh here. Thanks for sharing happiness, my friend. You're welcome. And you're welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, so this is a pretty slow process. It's probably gonna be like this for a long time now, while we are sculpting this blend shapes and getting it perfectly right. Oh no, I'm destroying the mesh right now. When I do this, man, when I forget to turn on the damn edit. Hey, EF1, yeah, no worries, man. Welcome. No needs, no need to, no need for introduction. Just come over. Yeah, so also I got this new thing with music now. Now we're able to actually listen to some songs. If it for some reason it feels a little annoying, please let me know. This is sound from Epidemic Sound. I actually have to invest a little bit to get some songs on the stream because apparently you have to pay some artists to play their music, and YouTube doesn't allow you to use their music, so, or any other artists. Also Spotify, Facebook will kick you out of the stream if you're using songs without license. So yeah, we got some royalty free music going on, and for sure they could be always better, but or at least better known. but also it's music that we can listen to, so that's great. Some hip hop, yeah. So both Amash and EF1 are saying that sounds good, or Amash is saying that Epidemic and CS are good. No need to spend, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but the Epidemic sounded. You do need to, drop a few bucks there. I think it's not too much though. It's $15 a month. But whoa, whoa, whoa! We're done here. Some hip hop here. Right, so I think I got it a little faster than the other one, which is good. Yeah, EF1 is saying, I know, I hate to turn when I don't turn on the edit button, and indeed, man, it sucks. You destroy the mesh, and then maybe there's no coming back. What do you mean? So EF1 is asking if there's a way to know if it was modified. What do you mean if the mesh was modified? You can probably see a tweak node on it. Let me see if you try to like grab a vertex like this and move it. You should be. Yeah, there's a tweak, but actually, let me not do this just because I don't want to destroy anything. But yeah, you should be able to see a tweak, but also you could just you can just delete the tweak as well. I think it has a tweak already, so I believe you could just, yeah, you can see the tweak there, but it's the only tweak at the moment. So worst case scenario, you can just delete the tweak node and get back. But then I don't know if you get what kind. Oh man, I'm looking at myself again. Sorry about that. So I just drag the vertex here to test. But if you delete the tweak, I believe it affects the blend shape as well. So I mean, it's not the ideal situation. Ideally, you always have the blend shape on, the edit on the blend shape on. And right now I'm just feeling like this side is obviously a lot more a lot lower than this one here. So So what happens? Which side do I prefer? I think that when you close your eyes, it does drop a little bit more than. Yeah, in my case, it's more of in the middle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's more like in the middle. So I'm gonna go with that. So this one is more likely to be correct in this case then. Meaning that I have to rise it a little bit. Although the lower lid here, I don't know if I have brought it up on this one or what. Or I'll have to rewatch my own stream, like I haven't had enough. Bring it up a little bit and call it a day. Oh, there we go again. Still very low, so you just want like a portion of it. So we can see that it's starting to look a little funky there. So I do have to be careful about this. Okay, I can always just get back with the smooth brush or something like that, but it's a little better. And it doesn't need to be, obviously doesn't need to be exactly equal on both sides, because we're dealing with a asymmetrical geo. Okay, so this guy here is kind of corrected right now. I can see that the eyelids are closing. Like maybe you can see a little bit of the eye, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. This is good. Making some progress. So eyes closed though, and then we have the eyes closed tight. So will I derive this? Because this should be then like a second stage out of this one here, right? Because we already have like the eyebrows closed, sorry, the eyelid closed, and this should come as a second step. So like just enclose it in one step, and then we add this one here. So that it would have to be the delta. So how would I actually do this then? I think I need the action stack right now. I'll put it to the side. Let me just make a test here. So if I then duplicate this mesh here, and then if I also do the same thing with this guy, I actually know the answer, but let's just check it. Just want to see if the result is going to be interesting. Yeah, so after the eyebrows are the eye is closed, then we can add this new target, which is like just forcing it. It doesn't look bad. How can I add this in between though? I think it would be something like, well, something on the lines of having it outside like this. So actually, I think it's the opposite. So I have to have this guy as the end, and we're going to have to duplicate this one here. Then add it as an in-between to this guy here. Be like what, half? 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, I think it would be something like this, right? Oh, but I can see an issue already. So the jaw movement that we made, we're just testing this, you know, it's like, it's fine. The jaw needs to be adjusted, but if you look just to the eyes, that's actually what we want, right? It's squinting. So this would be like the eye squint. So I think we would have to write a tool here right now. Blend shape tools. One of them would be time has elapsed 45 minutes. Yeah, there's still a lot to be done here. So how would I do this then? Just to so when we're talking about an adjustment that needs to be passed to all of the blend shapes basically, because we had to adjust here the jaw movement in order to get a closed mouth, right? So we could just adjust the lips, but the issue here is that the teeth is also opened up. So without the adjustment on the jaw, I don't think it's going to work. Like, I'm gonna have to make this adjustment to the jaw anyways. So the thing then is that I will need to re-export all of this, or just actually the base, the model geo. But then this might be an issue. I can just do the blend shapes and deal with this later. Or if all of the blend shapes have the jaws slightly open, that's going to be an issue. So what I would have to do is like write a script just to activate each one of the blend shapes and re-export this. It kind of sucks, you know. I don't do this manually though, like 30 times. So okay, so let's add this to the list here and think how we're gonna make it. So had model video, close mouth, close jaw, mouth, export all shapes with mouth closed. So actually what I would do as well is like turn on this neutral here. And actually give a little fix to this skin on the lips. Just a little touch. Pick up. This modeling part is kind of, you know, it's kind of like this. Good thing you have music. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. What? No, not good enough. Just want to see how far do I need to go here first. And maybe I like his lips, so I don't want to deform them, you know. So it's a bit up, a bit down. So just enough so that it looks natural. It's very subtle, to be honest. Is it even a thing? Yeah, it's not crashing that much. Here it's kind of, you can kind of feel the crashing of it. So here you can kind of feel it touching, but not completely. So the thing then is like, okay, so do we want this, or do we want to keep this going, you know, to keep this here? And obviously for me it doesn't make sense. But mostly because of the fact that the teeth are not touching. So if the teeth were okay and just the lips were not touching, it would be one thing. But right now you can see that it's almost perfectly, everything's almost perfectly aligned. So I'm not going to think too much about it. I think that's the case. We need to close the jaw a little bit and re-export all these things. And but now we have this, you know, it's starting to, yeah. Wasn't for the jaw there, we would be able to see the squint. Okay, so but anyways, we can see that it kind of works. There's still a lot of eye things we need to do. Eye work and brow work. So even the jaw opens not perfect. I'm just trying to figure out my baby's wake. So yeah, thanks for the guys for participating. Amash and EF1. Very happy to have you guys here. Let's keep going here. Will we then edit this? And how can I even remove? So if I remove the in between here, what happens? It's all good. So we got how to get there, but we just need to figure out how to. I think we're first going to have to re-export all of these shapes as can I bake this then? Mirror target, select, solo export. Should be a way of like just baking this modification. All right, let's write a tool. I guess this will make me more comfortable as well. So let's just write a little tool here. Also take the time to clean up two versions here that I see it's not being used anymore. So right now what I'm going to do is I need a tool to export. So I made a modification to our blend shape here, or the base pose. I'm just closing the mouth and the jaw inside of it. So what I need to do then is to re-export basically everything inside of this blend shape node. And what I will have to do is write a script to like turn on this blend shape here, for example, and duplicate this and turn it off, and then keep turning on all of the targets here until we have, and also let it know that we have one that we would like to keep on, which is the neutral. That's the one that's causing the fix here. So I'm gonna call this whatever, I don't know, but that's what's going to be. It's going to be define. It's going to be like duplicate all targets in blend shape node. It should be blend shape node, and I would also leave out like exception or modifier target. Now we need to remember everything again about blend shapes. So let me go into my utilities here. Oh, look at that. Maybe I even have something already, which is great. I'm not gonna have to think too much. Oh, great. I have a bunch of blend shape tools here. That's perfect. Hold on a second, my daughter is coughing here. Hey guys, sorry, my daughter is a little sick, so I had to check her out. And EF1 said, "It looks amazing. See you tomorrow. Thanks, man. Show up whenever you want. I'll be happy to see you." And yes, I have to take care of the family and do live streaming. Sometimes it works, sometimes it just don't. So I do need to continue though. Let's see, she was coughing a little. Had to go there, check it out. Oh, I actually have exactly what I need. What I need. Great. Freaking interesting. Great. That's great. And that's a list. Awesome. Change the name of this of some variables here. Well, so let's remove this flags with no names here. So name, empty. Okay, great. So we are able then to keep pushing here. So what I'm doing right now is like we're creating, or we have the blend shapes here, and I'm making an adjustment to the main head geo here, and or the neutral poles of the head geo, because naturally, or the way it comes on the pack, it has a big gap on the lips, and also if we look inside, it also has a big gap on the teeth. So that's not going to be possible to, we're not going to be possible to keep that. So for that reason, I have to duplicate all the shapes here and basically re-export the targets with the adjustment layer here, or the adjustment target on, and then also keeping on the movement of the jaw here, which is adjusting the problem that we have. So if I zero it out, you can see that this is the standard pose, and we have this big gap here that is not, there's no way we can keep this as this. I mean, there is a way, I could just use it, but it's not gonna look good. We need to be closed. So for that, we're getting a little script done here. I do have something that I've written before for another project. So this is what we have here. What it's going to do is we're going to be providing the blend shape node, the adjustment targets, and the model geometry. The geometry that is going to be duplicated. And also then what I will do is just create a tool inside of the UI so that we can easily access that. Although I really am not sure. You know what? It's not going to be necessary right now. I'm just going to call it straight from the script editor. If it's something that's, if it becomes recurrent, we can then just bring it into the UI. Also, the UI is not, I'm looking at the UI on the other monitor here, but nobody sees it. So the UI right now, it doesn't have the attributes that we can modify. So this is also something that kind of limits us. Ideally on the production tool, we will have like for each of the methods here, we will have extra or another widget here that we're going to have all, if we have any attribute on the method, that's going to show up here, and we're going to be able to customize the attributes. So for example, we can add the blend shape node or whatever. Right now this is not the case, but it's also not the focus of this particular stream. So we're just going to keep going and do it manually for now. Or it's not manually, but I'm going to import it into the script editor and use it as is. So it's going to be import TP what, I don't even know anymore. TP rig, TP builder, or whatever. Let me see. TP rig builder or TP face rig or TP rig, and then it's going to be my TP rig tool. So it's basically TP rig utils. So TP rig dot TP rig utils as TPU. Let me see if I can import it. Yes, I can. So then I'll do basically TPU dot the name of the function, and that is this thing here. And now then I need the blend shape node. So I'll do, for now I'll not be querying anything. I'll just do it manually, as I said. I don't care, or I do care, but I don't, it's not the purpose of this. So then it's going to be the adjustment targets, and the adjustment target is going to be the first one. The neutral one here. And then we're also going to have what is it, the third thing? It's the model geo. So the model geo then is the head model geo. And then just in case I screw something up right now, I am going to save it. Although it is rebuildable, we're in a process of adjustment that this particular changes are still not exported. So what's going to happen then is if I don't save it, I'm going to lose it. And right now I'm not interested in losing time, if you know what I mean. So let's see if it works. It should create a group, and error, attribute error, module, object has no blah blah. Okay, so it's probably just loaded already. So reload TPU. Reload it and then run it again. There we go. Boom. All the targets have been properly extracted, although now we have this weird naming on it, which is good, sort of. But as long as we have the, yeah, so you can see that the target is now with the mouth closed and with so yeah, one thing is going to be, oh man, I'm going to have to export all of them again. This is going to be kind of a pain here, because we do have the tongue as well. There has to be a better way, right? I always say that to myself when I'm going through a painful process. There has to be a better way. Sometimes you just gotta suffer. So it's actually not that much. It's the tongue and the teeth. The eyelids are not being actually affected by it. So this is basically the two guys that we need. So I'm just thinking, how can I optimize this right now? I'm gonna look into my template geo where I have all of the base shapes here. Ooh boy. So the thing that, oh my god, the stuff. So the way that the shapes are organized right now on the import here, they're sort of hard to easily I'm gonna have to write another tool, like just to push this geometries here into the proper groups. So I'll probably have to like remove the, like check the name, eyes closed, head model geo, eyes closed, head model geo. So the good thing is the name is exactly the same, so I can just query like then this geometry. I can like select all of this. Yeah, this is going to be the tool. So what the tool is going to do is we're going to create a list then, and we're going to remove these extract from this name, and then find this geometry here. So we're going to have the name, but then we're going to list the relatives and get the parent. Then we're going to delete this geometry and push this, so then rename this one and push it into the place that this one was, and this way we're going to be able to then replace with a new geo all of these guys here without going bananas on this. And yeah, so but we're gonna have to write a tool, so not a big deal, not a gigantic tool, but I don't know if I wanted that, but I don't know if I even need a function for that. This is not something that broad. It's more like a current utility. Let's do it. Like it will be like define swap target geo. Swap target geo. This is not. This is the thing. It's not even something that we're going to be able to reuse basically. So it's going to be. It's so specific. It doesn't really make sense. So it's going to be target list or geo list. Geometry list equals to or mc dot ls selection equals true, and then the geometry list we're going to get for geometry in geometry list. Then we're gonna go with well, base geo name equals to geometry dot replace. Let me just drop it a little bit here. Dot replace underscore extract with nothing. So we're basically removing the extract from the end, and then we know then the name of the base geo, and then we're going to query the base geo parent. Then it's going to be mc dot list relatives, and then it's going to be the base geo name, and it's going to be parent and true. And I think that's it. I don't remember exactly but it might be wrong, but we gotta test it, and we're gonna check it out. Check that out. So then we're good to go with this. What time is it? 1 hour and 18 minutes. We're good. So then basically we got the parent, so we're going to mc dot parent geometry to the base geo parent, and that should be good. And then we are going to delete, so mc dot delete the base name geo, and then we're going to do mc dot rename base geometry for the base geo name. And that should actually swap. That should actually work. So again, let's save this. Just in case now. And I'm going to call the TPU. First, I'm going to reload this, and I'm going to call that swap target geometry, and that should be as simple as this. Boom. Got we? Did we got it? Did we get it? Actually, I think that we did. I mean, how can I even check that out, right? But it feels like it did. But one thing that I definitely don't need is the so that's how you automate, or that's how you optimize your process. Sometimes when you're dealing with a bunch of targets like this, if you cannot code, or if you're not doing anything to automate or to optimize the process, you're just gonna spend so much time just switching geometries. It's nuts. It's basically very hard to work if you don't know how to do Python. So if there's your message for the day. If you don't know why you need Python, check this out. You need to automate stuff. There's no other way. Otherwise, you're gonna go nuts. You're gonna be clicking and parenting manually. You're gonna be hitting your head on the wall and feeling like you want to die. Or I don't know. Maybe you're very patient. Maybe you just like to do this. I hope you are. But if you Python can be a good thing in anyone's life. I am currently thinking of teaching it to my daughter so that she can save her own life. So we got it. The shapes group is off actually. So ideally now I would need to break this target's connections here. Alright, so all I need is the teeth and the tongue, and I will need to then select this, because I don't need them to be connected at this point. What happens next though? I do need them connected. Well, I might as well just turn, well, I think I can just, let me see. So let's bring in our node editor here. Let's close the script editor for now. So the eyeballs, that's fine. Eyeballs, it's fine. Including the neutral, okay. And the neutral. Yeah, okay, I'm just thinking of any possible variable that I might be missing here. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Eye, wet, okay. Lashes, that's not it. Head, okay. Teeth, blend shape, that's what we need. So let me see if I can graph it just by selecting it, but I don't think so. So what I will do then is, well, first of all, turn off this thing. Graph the materials, that's not what I need. I need the actual blend shape. So I need to select this blend shape node, add it, select node, let me clear this, and then just run this to get the connections. And what I need then is so this is the shape that is driving it. And I just need to break this connection here. So I'm just gonna select it and boom, that should be gone. And then with that, we should be able to run our two scripts that are going to this is the geo. The target that we need is the neutral teeth geo. Neutral teeth geo, and then the blend shape is teeth blend shape node. So now we should be able to duplicate it. And it is returning a list with all of them, great. And then I guess we can do eyes closed, teeth geo. Great, not too bad to be honest. I thought that this was going to be hell, and it actually is actually not that bad. So let's go, and we have the geometry selected. I'm just going to do the swap geometry thing, and it worked. Great, just need to do the exact same thing for the tongue now. And the neutral, yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So let's just do the same thing for the tongue. So let's grab the blend shape node. The neutral is the one. And this is going to be the tongue geo. Now I need to check if the tongue I know is not disconnected yet, so we need to select the blend shape node here and remove graph and list connections, and then come here to the connection that is coming from the other blend shape node. Turn this off. Oh no, it gotta be connected though. So teeth and tongue, and that's correct. Okay, so I guess we have it good to go. I can just keep off the shapes as well, and let's just run this again. Boom. So quickly we got all the shapes that we needed there for the tongue, and then I can just select all of them and position them back into the correct place. And I think that's kind of it, if you ask me. So the only thing left then is to actually duplicate the base geo. The base geo here. The jaw is gonna come back a little fucked up. We're gonna get there. So okay. So the next thing then is to get this actual geometry here. This is good. The only one that needs to be swapped now is the neutral. And also this pieces of geometry that I have added into the, how can I break them? So they have shaders attached to them, so this is not good. And actually I feel like a fool right now because I should have done it before even. Oh, but you know what I can do? Yeah, I know. I can assign a shader to all of them, so that's fine. Yeah, it's not gonna be delicious, but I can do it. Okay, so we did the tongue to the head, and that's all good. So now we need to also all right, so what was I even doing here? I'm freaking out. Okay, so I need to then duplicate this group, or duplicate this group. So now I'm gonna add a 2 for this guy here so that I can do like 1 for this or nothing for this, but actually add like a 2 for, so for geo and mc dot, or I don't know, cmds dot ls sl equals 1. Gosh, my fingers. Just do like so new name is going to be, or let's just go straight for the head, cmds dot rename geo, and it's going to be geo plus 1 or whatever. Didn't I get it? Geo plus 1 is string. Yeah, that was the problem, because that was what was going to happen. But all I need now is to export this geometry, making sure that that we have all of the interesting. Okay, so I need to just export this as a neutral head geo. Let me go into my files and create yet another model geo backup here. So goddamn, I need to create this backup tool as well. I'm tired of doing this manually. So let's go with 5 here. Just copy this over there, just in case we need it. And then we're going to export selection, model geo, export it, bam. So we can actually, we should be able to rebuild it now. Except the neutral should be replaced as well, unless I don't need the neutral anymore, but which I actually don't, because it is just a copy. And where's my neutral geo here anyways? Actually deleted the the model geo is here, the neutral model geo is here as well. Okay, great. So I'm just going to do this swap as well with all of the, I'm going to write this by hand, never mind. So it's going to be neutral geo set equals to cmc or cmds dot ls sl dot equals 1, and then for geo in geoset we're going to then neutral name equals to equals to geo or neutral underscore plus geo, and that's the name of the neutral geo. So then we're gonna say parent equals to same thing, cmds dot list relatives, and then it's going to be neutral name and parent equals true. And then we're going to also have the parent now we need to parent this guy to the parent. It's exactly the same thing as the other one. So we need to do cmds dot parent, and it's going to be geo to the parent, and then we're going to do delete cmds dot delete our neutral name, and then we're gonna rename cmds dot rename our geo into the neutral name. All right, so this should work for us. Let's save it once again just in case. The action stack can actually go to the side here. We're not using it right now. That's saved. We can actually select this, otherwise it's not going to work. And we can watch this guys be replaced. I don't know. I think it's although I think it's going to be so fast that yeah, wasn't even able to show up. And I know that it worked because the geo group is actually gone here and it is exported. Now the only thing we have left to do is select. So we need to be able to select all of the descendants here, because I need to then put this to the side. You guys are not going to be able to see it, but it doesn't matter. So for the materials on the blend shape targets, I have this blend shape targets default matte. So what I want then is to assign the same material to all of them. So what I'm going to do here is do something like, so for, I'm gonna have like a list, geo list equals to a list, or this is a dictionary, a list. So then for, I guess I could actually do all of them at once, to be honest. Let's test that. So cmds dot list relatives cmds dot ls sl equals 1, and all descendants, I guess, equals 1, and that should give us all the geometry here. Yeah, great, it does work. So what we need then is to do a cmds dot select. Look at that, one line command to select all of the geo inside of this guys here. So you can see that working. And then I'm going to come here and assign material to viewport selection. Bam. That should then give us what we need here. So all of them will be with the blend, and that's good because I don't need that. I don't need any of them with or without, or, you know, without the actual shader. So that being said, I guess we have it. So I could export this now. Hopefully I'm not gonna crash or destroy anything at this point. I mean, I can't just be hopeful at this point. I gotta do it. So then we would be able to rebuild this. So let's take it down. I have this guys here. Let me just then. Oh, silly me. You know what I could have done? I didn't need to write a function. That's stupid. I could have just I could have done exactly what I did. Just isolated them and selected it on the viewport. Jeez. Why, Thiago? Why? Okay, so anyways, just clear any possible history on these meshes and then export it and hope for the best. Oh man, okay, will I do it? I would like to back it up, but look, it's 780 megabytes. But what's going to hurt more? To lose work or to have more storage being taken here? Oh my god. My computer cries at the moment. Tears of bits. Okay, let's back it up. Better backed up and than sorry, right? Okay, so that should give us the actual ability to rebuild this and get these new shapes on and get these modifications on. So let's save this once again, right? I completely destroyed a bunch of stuff here, so if it does crash, we're kind of screwed here. So let's just rebuild it then. May luck be by our side. Let's pray here, guys. To the god of Maya, to the Mayan god, which is usually not by our side. Usually he prefers destruction and fire. So I have the node editor open. I guess it makes things a little slower. It's important the skin weights right now. Let's see how it goes. Should be okay. Oh, okay. I just exported it with like the visibility on. That's all good as long as it works. Okay, there you go. The neutral head geo is with the mouth closed. Let's also see the teeth. The same thing as Rio. And it seems to be, though I may have to adjust the template joints or the skeleton joints, because now they are no longer, yeah, it technically doesn't make a difference, but they're just not aligned as it was before, but it's good. It picked up the skinning. It's just exactly the same thing. Now the truth is about to come to life. So Now what I need to know is if the shapes are going to be able to be brought back. So add blend shape targets and connect blend shape controls. Let's hope for the best right now. And hooray! Do we get all of them connected? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so everything is connected and back into action. So the neutral is neutral as we would expect. No modifications here as we had before. Great, great. Right, let's see. Closed eyes. It brought back our modifications. Great. Now, if we duplicate this guy here, just out of curiosity, and we add this as we had before to the eye closed tight here. Eyes closed tight. On the 0.5, 0.5 here, and then we select this and add it as an in between, and remove this. Bam, and now we should have the exact thing that we needed. Hooray! Yes! All right, so as I always say, it's like it's the small achievements, because that's all we have basically every time, is just this tiny little steps that we give. And yeah, this is what we got today. I might be good to go to sleep now, to be honest, if you ask me, because you know it's just a small step. We adjusted the head geometry now. The neutral pose, we had a little bit of a gap between the lips, so it was like this. The neutral pose was like with a little gap, and that's just not going to work for a neutral pose. We needed to adjust that. What we need then is like we have to basically add this modification to all the shapes and re-export the shapes so that we were able to bring it back, right, and rebuild it. So now it is fully rebuilding, and we have the what we need to continue the development. Eventually, we're not going to be able to rebuild this like the shapes as is anymore. We're going to have to do things slightly different. But anyways, for now that works. We have it. We can test some of the other stuff. But yeah, nice. Some achievement. Some little achievement. Okay, so that's then. Let me get this template geo off the way here so that we can see. So this is what the squint would look like. It's not too bad. So we have to, yeah, now it's a little like it's a little closer to the point where we can start actually extracting some stuff and taking out of like this blend shapes, separating them side to like left and right. And that's just for the eyes. I mean, I do need to figure out, I believe we're gonna have to add a few more shapes here. So basically, maybe what I will have to do is to create yet another script which is going to activate all of this shapes here and export, but this time export one for each of the blend shape nodes. So whatever geometry is the blend shape is attached is going to, so basically it's going to rebuild the template set here in a way that we can, you know, work with this. Like even if I need to duplicate, but I need to think about it. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a better answer. I'll think about how to, like, what's the next step, what we need to think moving forward. But I think that at least the jaw now is solved. We have both the lips touching here and the where is it? Okay, and the teeth are also closed. So for shapes like the smile, we're not gonna see like a smile with a gap. So now the smile is a fully closed jaw, and that's good. I mean, it's still questionable whether we would need something like more. Oh, okay, so I need to, yeah, once again, I need to have the, and also this is something that I also need to do, which is automate adding the blend shape node prior to our skin cluster so that we are able then to move the jaw. Yeah, so maybe the teeth would be actually something like this, but then we start to get into a different thing. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like better if we have like even, yeah, with the modifications here, it does seem like it's just barely touching his teeth on the front. Although it's a little, it's kind of closed. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna leave with that. I guess it's closed enough. It could be better, but it's closed enough. The smile is, acceptable. Bob is a beautiful guy with a beautiful smile. Yep, awesome. So, I'll call it a day. Some progress has been made, and we can think about it tomorrow. So, yeah, if you left us a comment, thank you so much for Amash and EF1 for participating today. It was a pleasure talking to you guys and answering whatever question was presented, and we have done this small little progress with adjustments of the base blend shapes or the neutral poles, and now we are slowly starting to progress in. Or actually, we also fixed the eyelids, and it's now closing properly. And we're gonna keep making this small, increments until we actually get the full facial rig. And that's it for today. I hope you guys have had a good day, and thanks for participating, and have a great day tomorrow as well. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one.